Hello and welcome to Daily Dose Radio, a 5-minute-a-day podcast studying the Psalms verse by verse, recorded here in the dining room of the Bible Bistro, located in Sharonville, Ohio. Hey there, friend. Welcome back to Daily Dose Radio here in the Bible Bistro. Well, today we're looking at verse 128 in Psalm 119. Now, this will end the Ayin division, which I've entitled the servant section, because the servant is front and center here, your servant. Now, to be honest, and I probably should have said this at the beginning, the letter Ayin in the Hebrew language is the first letter in the word that's translated servant. So it's understandable why we would call this then the servant section, because it's easy then if the psalmist wants to employ that and have something to say about the servant. You know, this would be the section to do it in when you have the Ayin letter Ayin as the theme letter here. So we come to verse 128, and he says, and let me just read my translation, and then I'm going to read the King James. King James is better. It's more poetic, I think, than what I have. Mine's way more wooden, so I do not recommend my translation. I recommend other translations, but just for the sake of comparison, okay? I have, therefore, all the precepts I have wholly esteemed right. Every way of falsehood I hate. The King James has, therefore I esteem all thy precepts concerning all things to be right, and I hate every false way. Now, the King James supplies a few words there, but the understanding is still the same. They don't corrupt anything, and it reads better than what I have. Esteeming all thy precepts. They're esteemed right concerning everything. That's the way the King James has it. I have it that all the precepts I have wholly, and that would be the all part, I have wholly esteemed right. So for everything then, for all that needs to be esteemed, for all that needs to be considered, the Word of God is right. And it's the final saying, it's the final judgment on these things. That's it. The Word of God is the final judgment. It's the final word on all things. Every way of falsehood I hate. I hate every false way. The King James says, I hate every false way. Do you? Now remember how he began this? He began this by saying, I've done justice and righteousness. See, that's the way of the servant of God. I hate every false way. That's the way of the servant of God. Friend, you say you serve God, but are you compromising? Are you loving some of the world's ways? Are you behaving in a way, or maybe dressing in a way, or maybe speaking in a way that betrays a love for the world in some manner or maybe some area of your life? Do you serve God or not? Are you in or are you out? I guess that's the question. Because if you're in, then do justice and righteousness and hate every false way. And notice that we have here some covenant language. 127, therefore I love your commandments. And 128, every false way I hate. So I'm exclusively obeying and holding to the commandments of God, while at the same time I'm hating all the other ways in the world, because there are lots of ways, right? There's lots of mysticisms, there's lots of other religions, there's lots of other gods, and they all beckon for my service, but I hate them. That is, I exclude myself from them because I love only one. I love the Word of God. And for it, to me, it's better than pure gold. And I wholly esteem all of its judgments to be right. Follow me or come back next week and we will begin the pay division, which is the 17th section in Psalm 119, here on Daily Dose Radio. Thanks for listening to Daily Dose Radio. For more fresh and delicious Bible studies, podcasts, books, and more, check out the Bible Bistro online and on YouTube. Join me again next time for Daily Dose Radio.